Hello! Welcome to another episode of Gems, the podcast where you get all the tools you need for your epic glow up. Relax, whip up a delicious treat, and let's talk. I hope you guys had a lovely start to your year. Are you still doing those goals? Still positive? Still motivated? Well, I hope you are. I am so happy to report to you guys that 2024 was one of the best years I have had in terms of goal completion. I lost 17 pounds. I checked off a lot of productivity goals. I boosted my resume with a lot of new experiences and many more. And I want you guys to feel the same way as I did by the time the year ended when December rolls by. So this episode, we are going to talk about ways to elevate your year. If you're one of those people who have a lot of hope during the new year but struggle to end it right, then it's time to fix that. This episode, we are going to talk about 5 things you need to know for a successful 2025. Similar to other episodes, we are going to go over this list first, and then I will give you your questions for the week. This list is arranged in no particular order. They are all equally important to know. Let's get started. 1. Consistency is not a streak. I get it. I really do get it. I understand that feeling. It is so tempting to stop what you've been doing for a while just because there is this blemish, this broken streak in this thing that you've been planning to do oh so perfectly. It's like all of us just want to be all in or all out. We are so inclined to have this all or nothing mentality, and it's not particularly a bad thing. Here's what I want you to know. When you start, man, I'm getting really intense, but when you start a goal, expect to not have a streak. Throw it away. Consistency is you committing to do something regardless of whether or not you do it every day. The most important thing is that you continue it. And this is the big secret. When you are consistent, then the streak will come naturally. Number 2, stop doing New Year's resolutions. This is a hot take that I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for from other people, but I stick by it. Listen, goals change over time. Your goals are going to change throughout the year. And if they're not changing, then you're not improving. Now, don't get me wrong, setting goals during the start of the year is a great thing in theory. It's refreshing. It gives you this image of a clean start to your year. But goal setting should be a recurring task. You should be constantly assessing your goals, evaluating whether or not those goals are still appropriate for you and your situation, and tweaking whatever it is that is not appropriate for you or your situation in order to fit your current need or desire. And those goals need to be achievable and trackable. Just to give you an example, one of my biggest goals in 2024 was to lose 10 pounds. During the beginning of the year, I was about 115 to 116 pounds. I wanted to be 105 pounds. My ambitious goal was to be 102. I really wanted to work hard at this because it was always so hard for me to lose weight and maintain a weight that I wanted to be in. Was it achievable for me? Yes, it was. if I put a lot of effort into it. The question for me personally here was, would I rather change my goal to something I can achieve much easier and not be the size I want to be? Or would I rather go through the struggle of sacrificing things to be the size that I wanted to be? And here's the thing, I was looking at myself in the mirror and I was absolutely sick and tired of not fitting into the clothes that I wanted to fit in and not looking the way that I wanted to. So I decided I had to do it. I absolutely needed to lose the weight. What did I do? Well, a few years ago, I actually had a fitness trainer. And what this person told me really stuck with me. What he said was 80% of the work for your body is with your nutrition. The rest is exercise. And I honestly didn't really have a choice because I couldn't go to a gym nearby. I would have to walk like 30 minutes to go one way to the closest gym and then 30 minutes back. By that point, I might as well have just like walked to the gym for cardio, and it wasn't going to suit my schedule. So I had to focus on my nutrition. Now, how did I track it? I had specific milestones. I believe that my first milestone was like in the 112, stay in 112, and then go to 108, and then, kind of like a 4 or 5 pound mark. And with each milestone, I did something different. The first thing I did was to fix the way I was eating. I started eating with fibers first, and then took out the I forgot what you call it, kind of like the simple carbs, like the rice and stuff. And then after that, I started eating fermented foods. I started eating like kimchi. I focused on very high fiber foods like daikon and a lot of vegetables. Come to the next milestone, I started intermittent fasting. It started with a light intermittent fast, and it actually helped me lose more weight, which brought me to a much more intense fasting. So that's basically how I did it. And the end result is that I am now 98, 99 sometimes. Well, it was actually 100 during the holidays, but I'm back to 98 pounds. And it even surpassed my ambitious 102-pound goal. And I am very happy with that. Was it easy? No, it was not easy. But now I am happy to look the way that I do now. Number 3, which sounds obvious, but it is very necessary to hear over and over again. Growth is not found in comfort. And there are 2 things I want to point out about this. I don't remember when this was actually, but I was having a conversation with my friend Becca once, and what she said really stuck with me. Order is comfortable, but it is not a place to thrive in. Are you the type of person who wants to get your ducks in line before you do something? That's just like me. It is fine. It is a good thing, but it is not necessarily always a practical thing. It's because the terrible things in your life aren't going to wait for you to get ready until they hit you. You have to accept that you will not be ready for most of the things you're going to be dealing with throughout your life. Let go of it, type A's. Some examples for you is parenting. Now, I don't have children. I repeat. But have you ever seen a parent who has a brand new child and is completely ready? Because I have never seen one or any couple parent Even after they went through like how many classes of like diaper changing or, those parent prepping classes, they are never ready. Another one is college. Now, all of us adults who have been to college know what I'm talking about. Even if you haven't been to college, you know what I'm talking about when you just get out of high school and you don't know what's next, even though you know what's next. I understand that some teenagers who just come out or are in this stage may feel like they know what their plan is. But trust me, you do not. Let me tell you, if I were ready during the time that I went to college, I wouldn't have majored in what I majored in. I would have double majored in web developing, and business administration and took a minor for marketing. I would have joined in a club. I would have looked for an internship opportunity during freshman year. But that's okay. I didn't do that. Because the unexpected events that happened in my life are what made me to be the person that I am now. Number four, your time is the most valuable currency. One of the podcasts that I love listening to is How I Built This with Guy Raz, and it's by NPR. And this podcast is, Guy Raz interviews the most successful business people, and they talk about how they built their success, their business, their whatever it is that they have now. And the first thing that I noticed when these people were talking about their stories was how they spent their time. Their schedules were so full and they barely slept. Now, a disclaimer for you, I'm not telling you to have less sleep. What I'm telling you is that these people did not spend their time the way average people do. I don't care what side you lean on with regards to politics. And like him or not, Donald Trump is a very rich and successful man. That is a fact that all of us can agree on. And if you actually look into how this man spends his day, it is intense. He starts his day off early. There's not really much rest, and he barely sleeps, just like those people in How I Built This. Another example for you is Matthew Dicks, who is the author of one of my favorite books, Someday is Today. Now, Matthew Dicks always make sure to fill his little time gaps with things to do, like maybe spend like a few minutes of waiting for his wife, writing more stuff for his manuscript, or taking 10 minutes to write a letter to whoever he wants to connect with. He also brings his computer with him wherever he goes so that he doesn't miss an opportunity for productivity. And he is also very successful. Every single second of your life is valuable, so don't waste it. 5, expect failure to happen. There's this Japanese proverb that I really love, but I'm going to explain it to you in English. And what it says is basically, failure is the foundation for success. As cheesy as it sounds, failure is, it's scary, but it's actually our friend. Failure grounds you back to reality. It helps you reassess your priorities, and it also serves as a progress report for you to see how far you are from your goal. Failure can definitely make or break someone, but at the end of the day, it's really up to you whether or not to be made into a better person or to break. And you can totally be sad about your failure. It's okay to be sad about it. And I know that when we get depressed and sad about something, we get tunnel vision. We somehow end up believing that we're the only one going through what we are going through. But remember, everybody is struggling. Everybody is struggling. So, I mean, you're already struggling. You might as well use failure to your advantage and improve. Accept the failure. So now that we've gone over the 5 things that you need to know for a successful 2025, it is time for your questions for the week. Woohoo! Yes, we are almost done, y'all. Do you have a streak mentality that's keeping you from being consistent? How often do you assess your goals? Do you find yourself too comfortable to have the urgency to achieve your goals? Are you using your free time wisely? What is your relationship to failure? I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Gems Gems. If you like this episode or this podcast in general, then don't forget to rate, comment, like, subscribe, whatever it is you need to do to support this podcast. And until the next episode, just keep being a better you. I will see you next time. Bye.